Hello, we're ready to go again. So normally this would be my variety day, but I'm impatient. I want to finish up this game tonight. I don't want it lingering over my head any longer. That's how I get when I get to the end of playthroughs, is I just want to finish them up, because I don't like responsibilities looming. Good time when the song's wrapping up. Hi everyone! Thank you for all the head pats. Oh my god, I need to pause the music. One sec. That's a good song for next ad break, but that'll be for next ad break. You're proud of me for streaming on a Wednesday? Aw, thank you. Alright, I think I am ready to go. You might notice the time on the file is off, and that's because I played a little bit off stream. I bought all of the legendary pictographs. So, yeah, I have a lot less rupees now, but it's fine. Last stream, we got to the final dungeon. The Wind Temple, which is a bit of a doozy if I'm not gonna lie. Good camera angle. Good job, game. So this works very similarly to the previous dungeon, where we have to use the command melody a lot. I always screw that up. We also have Makar, who plays differently than Medley. He honestly plays worse. He's a lot slower. But can also plant these little trees that allow various effects to happen. They can be used as grapple points for an item we don't have yet. Makar can also fly. Can I get out of danger real quick here? Nope, the answer is no. Okay, so we're gonna have to bail Makar out here in a moment. Again, Wizrobes are the worst, in my opinion, in this game. Cool, money that I don't actually need. I actually really hate fighting Wizrobes in this game, because their teleportation sucks to deal with. Oh god, there's a Stalfos too. This is just a ton of surprises today. But yeah, his flight's also a little bit worse than Medley's, I would argue. So yeah, overall, not my favorite. It's kind of interesting that both main dungeons actually do have this gimmick though. A little bit mixed on it, because it kind of slows down the pace a lot. Again, cut down significantly based on not having to play the command melody and have the full animation play every time. So that does actually cut down a lot of time overall. But this does take a bit. But yeah, hi. How's everyone doing today? Hope everyone's having an okay day. I am tired. I went to bed later than I should have. Because I got distracted, as I tend to do. I got a lot of editing done though, in all seriousness. I actually managed to get most of the Pokemon playthrough finished up. I need to still schedule it, but I got it cut down the way I want it. Again, one nice thing about being a stickler for things and trying to do things with a Let's Play style is it actually makes things a lot faster. Because you actually don't have to edit as tightly as with a highlight, where you're trying to make it as concise as possible. That's why I like Let's Plays, partly because it's less work for me. Though highlights are more in vogue, I would say. Your EP because you have to get up early. Oh, I'm sorry. I also got up early, hence why I'm streaming early. I wanted to start slightly earlier, so I could try to finish the game. So I have time to do a 4-hour stream if necessary. I'm really hoping it's not necessary, but we'll see. Down here is a bomb. Hi Freeze, thank you for the head pat. Hope you're doing well. This is a very rare chest, obviously, given that we have to blow up a spot for it. You could have seen this coming. You got the Wind Tingle statue. It's sandy and kind of rough. It feels weird. We'll be waiting for you on Tingle Island. In other words, it's coarse, rough, and gets everywhere. Anyway, last Tingle statue. So a special character will show up on Tingle Island. Realistically, going and getting all the Triforce shards early kind of is kind of productive because we have to go back anyway if I want to show that and get the last photo we're missing. So because I've been following a guide pretty meticulously, minus going off course, pun partially intended, it is true that I did waste a lot of time this playthrough. We could have done a lot of things in one trip, but oh well. The problem is getting things at a time that they actually have any relevance, because a lot of the charts kind of lose relevance after a while. You're a morning person now? Yeah, that is weird, honestly. Oh hi, Floor Masters. So, that's what happens if Floor Masters grab either of the partner characters. We didn't see that with Medley, because we are... because I managed to avoid it. But anyway... we got this big central chamber with P-hats. And, Nickel, I'm over here! And Makar's got a big-ass stone head. Nickel! The stone that blocks the entrance seems extremely heavy. The only way you could move it, Linkle, is if you were to become as heavy as the Great Deku Tree himself. If only the Great Deku Tree were here right now. I'm not sure how much he'd be able to help you, but go off, King. I don't know if I'm using that phrase remotely correctly now that I'm saying this out loud. A lot of enemies respawn in this game to the point that I'm not entirely sure how much I should be fighting here. How did that land, given I was literally getting beat up when that bomb throw was happening? Genuinely confused, but hey, I'll take it. Yeah, hope everyone is okay. I'm having a low-key day, I would say, but it's been chill. Floor tiles can be broken using iron boots. Hey, cool. Neat. Well, the good news is we were just like one room over, so it's not a big deal. But how will it put us, actually? No, it has to start. Yeah. Yeah, obviously if it put us behind the stone head, then we'd be soft locked, so they just kick us back to this room. Again, not a big time loss, and we get to see what happens, so not a big deal, but mildly annoying. Yeah, enemy respawning in this game is very aggressive, I'm discovering. It's fine. Two things, but I think we have to pick this hatch to go up. We got a big ass thing that we can't do anything with because we don't have Makar with us. Got a droid pendant. But yeah, I feel like Let's Play style kind of works for me, except when I'm doing a game I'm not familiar with, for obvious reasons. But for a game like any of the Fox Girls' favorites games, to a certain point, I feel like I can kind of go into a Let's Play mode with them. Again, don't know if that'll always be the case, and again, when I run out of games I'm replaying, I might be in trouble, but we'll see on that. And there's a chest over here, it's probably junk, to be honest. Probably not worth going all the way over here for. Oh no. Ah, cool. Thank you for the hydration check, because I almost get set on fire. Very good timing. Would be good to extinguish the flames, I would assume. I actually don't know what T would do if he tossed it on fire. That's a very specific question that I'm now racking my brain trying to find an answer for. Oh, dungeon map, that's actually helpful. Given this dungeon is a lot. This is the final main dungeon, though there's like one more kind of like Forsaken Fortress-y kind of not full dungeon, but still like a challengey thing. Final area is not like a full dungeon, is what I'm trying to say, but just wording extremely badly. Yeah, I also like that it's not 98 degrees today, so I am glad I did not push along last time to ensure that the stream would be shorter, given I would be on fire. Well, that sucks. The Aspen gameplay trailer is soon. I'm, like, cautiously optimistic. I'm just not happy with how expensive everything is in Street Fighter 6, to be honest. Like, I was looking at the passes last night, and for example, I like owning everything, because I am compulsive. However, yeah, no, hell no to that, to be blunt. I don't have it in me to try to own everything in Street Fighter 6, because that's like $30 per season pass. That's kind of gross at a certain point. Oh shoot. I'm using a Pro Controller. I almost decided to do gamepad today, just for gyro aiming, but I opted against that just because my Wii U gamepad charger is actually not good. So if I move it too much, I'll lose connection very easily. And my gamepad is literally from launch. It was a launch day model, so yeah, no, it would die very quickly. Alright, not rushing it this time. I'm gonna take it slow, take out the whiz rub, just ensure I get over there, no problem. But yeah, gyro... Oh wait, it wasn't even that, it was the P-hat last time. But yeah, gyro would be nice. I wish the Pro Controller by default had it, but oh well. So you're saying you need to get a battery... You need to... Wait, what? What are you trying to say, Serena? I mean, yeah, this Wii U is like 14 years old at this point. It's probably not got that much life in it anyway. Like, it's a miracle that this is going as well as I am. It's like, it's going as well as it is. Again, genuinely, there's a reason why for this playthrough. I ripped the disc and, I mean, partially to mod it, and partially to just put it on a hard drive. Because if it's on the hard drive, that's sparing the NAND from as much wear. At least that's my feeling on it. Wii U launch... you have launch model 2, you buy a replacement battery and charge. Yeah, I should have done that. So yeah, if you're really cheesy, you can actually break these panels without dropping down. You're supposed to drop down every time, and then launch back up, but you can just cheese it out like this. It's actually weirdly easy to do. Just hold up, basically. Like, stand on the edge and then hold up, and you're good. You're golden. Piece of cake. Mind you, we still have to drop down, so it doesn't exactly save the most time. Oh, there's a lot of noise down there, actually. But the problem is, every time you do that, enemies appear. So that means we have to fight every enemy that showed up in the interim. Okay. That's fine. That's totally fine. Again, oddly enough, that doesn't actually lose us that much time. It's just down here. I don't know if the tiles stay broken, that's the other big question, but the chest should still be there, right? Yeah, the chest is still there, and that's the important part. So actually... Wait a minute. Oh. Still have this asshole to deal with, but that actually did speed this up because that despawned most of the enemies. So, unintentional... Well, actually, I don't know if that saves time. Let's see. The charger broke. You end up getting a USB 1 in 2015. I should have done that. I should have gotten a new battery too. Cause like they did a replacement battery for a while, and those actually had more charge to them. So yeah, I should have done that. You had one. You broke the gamepad screen somehow. Oh my god. So you bought a gamepad on eBay. About the broken gamepad. You sent it to Star a couple years back because she needed a gamepad battery because of her bloating. Oh my god. There's no offense. There are multiple stories I hear about, like, my girlfriends that just kind of make me have the thought of, damn, you live like this? Anyway, we got a small key and a treasure chart. Again, if you have the trick to break the panels without falling down, that saves you having to, like, jump back up 4 times. So yeah, generally a time saver. This dungeon is weirdly tiny, actually. You could have just bought her a gamepad battery, yeah. Especially for the price of shipping a gamepad, you probably could have just sent her the battery. Oh, it was cheaper? Well, damn. Well, prove me wrong, I guess. Last... completely missable enemy, I think. If my notes are correct. No, wait, there's one more that's completely missable. But this is a very unique enemy. This is a red whiz rope as a mini-boss. It only shows up here. So we're gonna have fun getting a photo of this as everything is exploding around us. Also, fighting all the other enemies is kind of frustrating because like it doesn't really help because you're still having to... Oh shit, I'm gonna take advantage of this. No, that doesn't one-shot because it's the main boss. He should be a little tougher. That sounds like that. Okay. Okay, yeah, no, this sucks, by the way. Trying to get this photo is awful as a one-time. Buying myself a little bit of breathing room, mostly, with that. Okay. Actually, you're on the... Oh shit, I didn't mean to actually attack there. I meant to just pull the sword out. I'm gonna at least break your armor to make my life a little bit easier. I think they're actually faster though, so that might be a bad idea. Also, there are two kinds of dark nuts. One has a shield, one doesn't. The one with a shield is classified as a separate enemy. Now, we do have to fight all the ads, by the way. Which is why I'm not dealing with them. Because if we defeat them all, they'll just spawn in more. So that's annoying, so we'll just worry about this now. Yeah, there should be one more type of dark nut that is missable, but beyond that, that should actually be it. That's before you had income anyway, that's also fair, Serena. I don't mean to sound judgmental when I say that, I mean that, like, lighthearted, for the record. But once again, we're stuck in the room, so we gotta get the chest item. I'm gonna get the list up, because I made a list of the photos I need. You got the hook shot. It extends and retracts. It latches onto things. What a cool invention. Set it to Y, X, or R, and then hold the button you've set it to and aim with the right stick. Release the button to fire out the hook shot. So yeah, it's just the red whiz rope that we just got. And then a ton of, like, mini-bosses. Again, one type of dark nut that is limited to one area, well, two areas actually, but endgame. And then one totally missable boss, and then everything else should actually not be missable. I feel like this list is wrong that I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I swear this list is actually wrong, which has me very concerned actually. Weird, because I realized because of the stuff with the legendary pictographs, I would actually have Ganondorf already. So I think my count's off by 1, which has me very nervous. So we might be 1 short, as it turns out. The hookshot can also deal with these. I might pull up a list at some point. Because I thought I had like 7 more to get, or like 8 more to get, something like that. And I would be 1 short, not counting Ganon, unless I just screwed it up, or Ganondorf, separate things there. So yeah, we'll hopefully be able to complete the Nintendo Gallery. I don't think I've missed anything missable so far. I'll double check. And there's Compass, very late, actually. So yeah, the next one is going to be the boss of this temple. So we got a ways to go for that. Now it's the fun part that always happens in these dungeons, the backtracking part. Except this one kind of sucks, because we've got this tall cylinder room. Yeah, I am, like, not maybe a defender of the Wii U. I think the Wii U has some good software to it, but definitely as a console, everyone always says, oh, well, the Wii U has like the most personality, but the personality comes at the cost of the OS running so obnoxiously slow. Like, it would take like 2 minutes just to boot up the console at launch, and they cut it down like later on. So yeah, I think to me it comes at the expense of like everything running okay. So I would rather a snappy OS than like personality. They literally had to do a trailer on the Nintendo YouTube advertising that the loading was not absolutely terrible anymore. And now the loading on mine is not great again because I modded it, so then it has to load into like a custom instance anyway, so it's back to being slow. We got a bit of a branching path here. We're gonna hit this branch first, I think. Because, yeah, across from here was that long hallway that ended with, the song Stone. So yeah, we gotta go get that at some point. But we also have to do stuff over here too, to open up the chamber a bit more. Also, by the way, Wizdrobes are here now, because we can't have nice things. That's the wrong one. Linkle! Linkle, I think that the hook shot you have can probably latch onto the trees I planted. Give it a try. The Wii U gets hot from the home menu? I did not know that. Like, does it like, can it overheat on the home menu? That's gross. But not surprising. I think these take 3 arrows? Nope. 4 arrows. Okay. We do need Makar for this, so we do have to, like, get him over here. Overheating. But it gets hot. It's got this tiny-ass fan. And I think it's, like... If I'm not mistaken... It doesn't have a fan directly, like, on the heatsink like a PC would. I don't think any console does now that I think about it. But, like... It's... The cooling feels inadequate. I don't feel like it's a huge surprise that it can overheat. Well, not overheat, but, like, get hot. One nice thing is with the blue bubbles, the hookshot can actually take them out. Mind you, this sucks. Because just having to line it up, we can't lock on from here, so I have to manually line this up. Which is not my favorite thing. I also found out something in practice for this playthrough. You can cheese this section. You don't need to plant all the trees. In the previous area, the tree is actually tied to the door. So you have to plant them all to open the door, but that's not the case here, so we can skip a couple. And I might... Makar's probably gonna go into the pit, if I had to make a guess. Nope, nope, okay. But we can barely reach this, actually. Like so. I should deal with them chasing me first. Oh. Yeah, we can't do anything now, we just gotta wait. Actually, can we command meld even? Didn't seem like it, actually. Because the ocarina is counted as an item. Alright. Yeah, we don't need the next platform either. We can just, like, zip up there. So again, kind of breaking things a little bit, but again, since the door isn't tied to the trees, we don't need to worry about this. Yeah, I just find Makar harder to play as. Again, there is the issue of that every Zelda with non-linear dungeon order has of... This isn't very much harder than the Earth Temple. The difficulty in this game is pretty chill overall. Like, as far as Zeldas go, this game's just kind of a vibe, I guess. Huh. There's also a chest over there, actually. I don't know if that's close enough, but I can definitely get this. I might actually not make it. Nope, barely, oh my god. There's also a chest, like, high up, by the way, that we need to like find another way to get to. Wow, there's a lot of droid pendants. I guess if we didn't get the cabana deed, that'd help. Yeah, there's stuff up there too, but we can't get there yet. So directly below me, I think. The only problem is the armrest would have reappeared. So yeah, aim for the armrest platform. Like so, gently land, and now gotta jump down there ourselves. Okay, playing with fire, but it's fine. When they stop and roar like that, that's a very good opportunity to just start through, to be honest. And also, because we can't have nice things in this game, I'm sure the hands have respawned, yeah. Actually, I think there were two, so they did not respawn. Ow! Comparatively speaking, I feel like you don't need the Wind God's aria as much as you need, the Earth God's lyric. Like, this is the first time we're playing the song beyond the entrance of the dungeon. Just casually clipping through the rock, it's fine. I hear a lawn mowing outside. If you hear that, oops, that's the one downside of streaming on Wednesdays. So if that gets too loud, welp. Maybe we should save this for Friday after all, but it's fine, probably. I actually don't know. Oh. Yeah, no, we didn't need to bring Makar in the room itself, probably. Yeah, this is still counted as the same Darknut type, because the only difference is shield or no shield. Helmet design does not matter. I didn't mean to do a spin attack there, but it definitely worked, so I'll take it. I love accidentally doing an input and having it actually work in my favor. You know, because of how they rearrange things, there's actually a side area that we'll be tackling that we wouldn't have to do all of. TLDR, Pit 100 Trials. But the actual mandatory reward is only partway through. There's an optional reward at the end, though. And so if I didn't want to like care about the optional reward, and in the original, I think it might have been a treasure chart or a piece of heart, or a treasure chart to a piece of heart even. So yeah, that actually saves time, potentially. But I'm probably gonna show it anyway because of course I am. We already got the big key. This dungeon's layout is weird, actually. Like, the overall dungeon order feels kind of bizarre to me. Like, it doesn't feel like a normal order for the dungeon. You're kind of just zipping all over the place. But it almost feels concise in a way that you actually get all the equipment for it really early on. And then it's a matter of just putting all the pieces together. So we're gonna yeet Makar off here. That's fine. No worries. Yeah, wow, that actually did damage. Oh shoot, you fell down there. You fell in the hole. Now, how do we get you out of here? Oh shoot, that actually is sort of working. Yeah, his flight is not the best. I'm amazed they let me get away with that. But we want to go over here and plant. Did that just clip through the ground? Why can't I do that? That would make things a lot easier. But yeah, I feel like the dungeon design in this game is weirdly straightforward. Like, Ocarina and Majora, I think have more like invisible wall, like, not invisible, but like fake walls. Which makes things a lot harder. Oh shoot, that shut off really quickly. So I'm just gonna vibe, I guess. So yeah, this is how we get to the very top area. Which I think is gonna be... Which direction? This direction? Wait, where is that again? Why do I feel like I'm losing my mind? Because it's showing the wrong map, that's why. Wow, why did it get so discombobulated? Like, my sense of direction oh wait, this is right. Cool. The problem is, I forgot there was a door to this chest. I thought it just went to the chest, and therefore I was looking for the wrong thing. Yeah, that is where we have to go. We also have no magic now because of that, so that's not the best, but it's fine. Yeah. Finding this many Armoses, I don't know how you make Armos plural, but this is not the most convenient thing, because they kind of block each other's weak spots. I'm just staying locked onto one at all times, just to make it easier on myself. I'm also not doing a good job of picking up hearts, so I'm really glad I opted against a 3-heart run. Hi Peter, welcome on in, hope you're doing well. How's everyone doing? I already asked that, but still, it's been a bit. We're just making our way through the Wind Temple. We're almost done with the game. I think I can finish it tonight, if I push long. Cause like, we're, you know, 35 minutes in, we're almost done with the Earth Temple, the Wind Temple. We have like, we're literally in the home stretch of this temple. What the hell's Makara actually? Hold up. By the way, this hurts. That sounds dumb to point out, but like, yeah, no. Do not jump into spinning fan blades. You've heard it here first. That's your Sonic says for the day. What if I did educational segments, like Yuna says? I don't think that would be, I don't think that would take off. That was actually on purpose, because that actually forces us out of controlling the car. So, speedrun strat. Not really, but just speed up a little bit. Fox says. I'd worry about that being misconstrued. Luckily, the Wizrope played nice with us. So we got the Stalfos. Ow. Casually getting sucker punched there, it's fine. The screams in this game are so visceral, like the Stalfos and the Redeads, it's like they are feeling it, basically. Oh shoot, where'd the head go? Got ahead of myself, you could say. But the Stalfos, never mind, I can't even make my quip. I was not fast enough. There we go, you gotta have like no health left. There we go. Alright, so part 1 done. Part 2, where's everyone else? And that is a good question. When you get the item. So to get the item, we have to yank all the stuff off the walls. Not that one though, apparently. You know, is there a way to get infinite magic in this game, now that I think about it? Because, I know other games do. I don't know if this one does, actually. Because, like, Majora has the Chateau Romani. There's magic potions. We never engaged with that system, though. Oh, well, that's awkward. We can't get up there easily. Can you aggro from there, please? Okay. So yeah, finding the bokoblins here kind of sucks, to be honest, because like getting over there is annoying at this point because we yanked it down the targets. I actually had a problem in practice where I, for some reason, didn't have the chest appear after defeating all the enemies. I don't know if I somehow missed one or if it glitched. I had to leave and re-enter the room. I had to like refight a Stalfos and a bokoblin, and that fixed it. But it was really weird. I don't remember that happening to me before. But my memory is also bad, so, you know, grain of salt and all that. That was smooth, like hopping down like that. Oh, thank goodness, I was scared it was gonna happen again. The chest wouldn't appear. Alrighty. This is actually, believe it or not, the last chest in the dungeon. The rest is a straight shot. Oh god, that room. Right, this is gonna take a bit. This is the equivalent of like the king in Ocarina of Time slowly scooting to the side. Yeah, the gameplay equivalent of that is coming up. I like the little sounds Makar makes, which I wonder if that's like Korok seeds. Like rattling around. Probably not, given that'd be like a retcon at this point. Did the almost take out all the goblins? Oh shit, I pulled that off too soon. I don't know why he gave it to me. That was really a really late throw. Ow. It's gonna make my life a little easier there. Alright, so those guys are gonna leave us alone. They're far away enough. Yeah, I genuinely have thought about doing like a podcast style thing. I don't know what I'd call it though. Okay, so we're gonna lean towards this part of the platform to avoid the floor master. But also, this turns off the fans, which I don't even feel would be necessary actually, because like the hookshot would pull us through the fans. Presumably. Just gonna deal with you so I don't have to worry about my car. I also don't think Makar can help you fly, which makes sense given small Korok versus Hylian. Yeah, welcome to what might be the worst room in the game. Like, no kidding. We have to slowly push these blocks in such a way that they block the saw blades from hitting us. Oh shit. Speaking of, gotta move that back a little bit. Okay. So you gotta use this one to block two. There we go. I'm gonna move this one up here. And this is required to move on because you can't like get past it without Makar. You do need Makar for this. Because you can actually see the slab over there. I'm one-handing this, by the way, because I have like my index finger on the A button, my thumb wrapped around the analog stick, and I was using my right hand to equip the pick-up box. Like, this is literally what I was doing just now. That was not remotely pleasant. Trying to one-hand a Wii U Pro controller. But I figured I might as well equip that now. I'm genuinely trying to think what enemy I could be missing if I am. I might have just miscounted, that's the other answer. I'm gonna move this to the side a little bit, just to give myself a straight shot. You know what? That wasn't terrible. I, again, don't know if the Iron Boot speed was increased on Wii U. It almost feels like it was, but I actually don't have a concrete answer for that. I'm also gonna quickly check my inventory. I'm missing 2 heart pieces. I think one is from a treasure chart in this dungeon, and the other is from an optional area. So I'll tackle both of those. So yeah, should be around here, probably a little bit sooner actually. We can finally move at full speed again. And this is also like a... Oh, I need to let my car hit the ground, I think. Honestly, not terrible. All things considered, that was a very smooth go at it. And voila! That's it, we're done. Oh, there are pots. So where I get to go. Again, don't actually need Makar for this, but we brought him anyway. Unlike medley, but we just leave them outside anyway, so it doesn't really matter. I'm actually surprised they don't put a barricade in front of the temple door in their temple to force you to bring medley, but I'm glad, because again, that means you have to fly all the way back up. I guess she and Linkle can actually glide together across, though, probably. This is like considered kind of a peak boss theme. I actually think the Wind Waker HD version is weaker. The instrumentation feels a lot more subdued, so I actually feel like this is a remix that's not my favorite. Yeah, Asma looks neat. You can't really discern how crazy she is, though, because you don't play enough SF6. Yeah, I'd have to watch. And also, it'll be 2 months anyway before we get her, so like... I don't know why they didn't just wait until Evo, to be honest. Anyway, this is Mulgera. Again, genuinely a peak boss theme. How are we gonna photograph this thing? Okay, that was actually really easy. So yeah, we gotta hookshot the tongue, and then wail on it. Like, the percussion feels softer in this, so I actually think it's weaker than the original. I think it's more flute-based. I don't remember what the instrument is in the original, but I don't feel like it used the flute this pronounced. It's a Nintendo-ass boss if I've ever seen one. Lock onto the tongue, please. The tiny, like, Moldorms, I guess is probably what these are, really F with the lock on, so that's another annoying thing about this fight. Like so. Finally. I couldn't get a spin attack to go off, which was frustrating. Yeah, August 3rd, it's like 356 characters are now so far in advance, I kinda lose interest. Yeah, like, I say it's a very Nintendo boss, because, like, this is very comparable to a boss in Pikmin 3, in terms of, like, the sinkhole. Except, hey, guess what? It's way harder dealing with a sinkhole with 100 Pikmin versus 1 Linkle. Pikmin 3 was almost on the Fox Girls favorite list. The only reason I took it off is there's a lot of Pikmin on the list as is. Given we already played Pikmin 1 and 2. And I love Pikmin 3, but it doesn't hit the same. It's like, it doesn't have that nostalgia bias to it. We should play Pikmin 3 together. We should. Everyone keeps saying there's gonna be like a Switch 2 update for this, and I'm like, I'll believe it when I see it, and also, game share would be really nice for Pikmin 3 and 4. I'm still kind of miffed at Pikmin 4 handling its plot the way it is. I know it's a Pikmin game, it's not like the end of the world, but it just still irks me, because like Pikmin 3 felt like it was building up to something, and then Pikmin 4 kind of just tosses that all out. So, mild frustration. But anyway, that's Mulgera. Hope we don't ever see him again. Yeah, I swear I'm missing a photo. I'm a little bit nervous. Hey, if you like seeing enemies turn to sand and exploding, you should play a game called Phantom Hourglass. Anyway, last full heart container from a dungeon. Only 2 other heart pieces in the world itself. And yeah, we are done with the Wind Temple. That was very breezy, actually. Almost a full life. The Master Sword has returned. Its blade once again houses the power to repel evil. Sword of the one true hero is revived at last. Linkle, I fully restored the power to repel evil to your Master Sword. And my ancestors are most satisfied. I shall continue praying to the gods here. Linkle, please step into the light and return above ground. May the winds of fortune be at your back. So yeah, if you miss Medley or Makari's photos, you have to go through the entire temple. You don't have to do any of the puzzles, obviously, but you have to get back to that chamber. Which is, time-consuming. I see, so the Forsaken Fortress is already... nothing, like a molting snake that casts off its dead skin. That place is so empty and quiet, one can almost hear the echo of dead leaves falling to the cold, cracked ground. Why? What ails you? What? Lose the long face. The monsters are gone from the world. Doesn't that make you a little happy? Means they're plotting. Linkle, I have troubling news. Ganon has not shown himself above the seas since Valor unleashed his fiery wrath upon him. And what's worse, there is not a creature stirring in his base of operations in the world, the Forsaken Fortress. I cannot imagine how it is possible. And yet I cannot shake this foreboding feeling I have about the princess, Zelda. Linkle, you must search for the Triforce shards so that we can head back to Hyrule without delay. Hey, good news, King. We have like 3 of them already. We don't even have to fast travel. We can just sail over there manually. Where's Tingle Isle? It's over there. It's not really close to anywhere we need to be, unfortunately. Yeah, there's only 3 treasure charts left to haul up. 1 treasure chart to find, 3 more treasures to unearth. So not bad. Again, I wish I had been more thorough to check the Nintendo gallery, because now I'm really second guessing if we have everything. But this is, I think, a specific one to HD. I think the reward might be different. I don't know if it's a case of the reward being different, or if this is just not really being a thing. So that's what I'm confused about. Because typically this guide has been highlighting, like, version differences, but it doesn't say anything for this one. So I'm a little confused. But anyway, we can actually hookshot this weird-looking tree and drop down into this hole. I hope you like Wizzrobes, because I think we're gonna have to fight a lot of Wizzrobes in a moment. Equip that real quick. I bet you can hear me setting down the stylus. Again, gyro would make this a little easier, but I'm lazy. It's fine. 4 arrows each, that's gonna take a bit. I'm actually curious, does this speed it up at all? That does, okay. Noted. Takes... oh shit. It takes 2 instead of 4, so double damage, ostensibly. But we're also hemorrhaging magic, so... pick your poison. Hello? Is anyone else gonna spawn in? Maybe because there's enemies here. We have 99 arrows, I'm playing fast and loose. Oh shoot, that's a lot. Okay. Nice. Card rocks, cool. Should be one more. Yeah, one more hit. Oh damn it, the magic's up there. That'd actually be nice, given I'm running out of magic a little bit. Cool. Are we done here? Do I have to actually defeat you? Or is there more? Okay, that was actually counting the little guy that time. Alright, so this should actually lead us to one of the last pieces of heart. But yeah, the last treasure chart. We now have all 49 of them. There's actually a few things we can do at this point. Where the hell? Okay, you're right there. Now I'm really hoping I didn't screw up my count there. But we'll see next time we go to the Nintendo Gallery if we can finish it up. I'll probably be post-game. We might push long if I am missing a photo. But now that we have all the Tingle statues, we can actually go back to Tingle Island. There's someone in the middle of the Tingle statues now that we have not seen before, I'm pretty sure. So we'll first of all photograph you. Hey, Miss Fairy! Miss Fairy, you found all the Tinkle statues! If it wasn't for you, I would never have been able to come back! Oh, thank you! I understand now when you say that this place is the most beautiful place ever. The scenery would make a pictograph you could be proud of, don't you agree? Way ahead of you, I guess. And I'm sure one of Tinkle's, like, brothers would give us the 50 rupees for that last Tingle statue. But, to be blunt, we don't need any more money. So we'll just get the show on the road. Next up we want to go to the far northeast. Alright, I'm actually looking up the next thing I want to do, just to save myself a little bit of time. Because there's something very annoying coming up soonish. Oh. Craned right into that island. So yeah, there's this big-ass island. I think they said something about a Triumph Fork in here, but obviously we couldn't get up there because we had no way to do so. But now that we have the hook shot, we can. And then there's the ghost ship chart that we got told about a long time ago, and then the final, like, challenge for a Triforce piece before endgame. So yeah, I think we can do it tonight. We might push long though. Like, we're kind of on track with how long I thought that was gonna take, so I think we should be fine, but I think we'll go a little bit past 3 hours today. Alright, am I close enough? I'm guessing the answer is no on that. This is very finicky, by the way. It's kind of finicky lining this up to actually be able to reach that. Especially with the bobbing of the waves. I was just trying to refill magic, not that we really need it right now, but... Oh shoot, I didn't mean to kill you. Well, I guess we got the True Jelly anyway, not that we did anything with that. Yeah, the blue True Jelly is extraordinarily rare, so if you run out of shoes, then you're just kind of out of luck there. So oopsie. That could have been important, but oh well. Actually, I'm trying to think of, like, one of the locations we're missing, which is Thorn Fairy Island. It's like, what's the closest place to Thorn Fairy Island? It feels like nothing is nearby it. Hold the fox and tell her she's doing a great job. Aw, thank you. That's very sweet of you. I hope I'm doing a good job. Shoot, it locked onto the wrong one. But it's fine. Manually aiming at these is not easy. Oh my god, that actually worked. Cool. You can't shield them as they're charging, by the way, so... it can be a little annoying. Especially when all three of them are on the field. Oh shoot. Just casually setting off a bomb. It's fine, I lived. So yeah, same as before, we gotta light all the torches. We definitely are not getting through all 4 rooms, and then the final encounter before ad break. Well, try to get through this one at least. This should be with Wizropes. Nope, Salvos. Okay, just plant one in the middle, hopefully that will get both. Well, I got one. I'll take, if I can lock onto it. I'm spinning the control stick as fast as I can, and it was not taking because I was mid-combo. Yeah, spin attacks in this game can be a little awkward, I find. I like how the lower torso will just kick you if it's active still. Like, it's very... it's like the disrespect of that is very funny to me. Like, no, I'm gonna... Like, it's still active. Like a chicken with his head cut off, as the saying goes. I haven't referenced that in a long time. I feel like I was referencing it a lot last year. For obvious reasons. Yeah, ad break is starting in a moment, so we're gonna pause there. We're gonna save, because it's actually been a while. That's an hour, and we did a whole ass dungeon. But yeah, we're gonna pause there, and we'll resume after the ads. Hi, I have returned. This is a good ass song. I wish I played more than like twice instead of played 3. And that includes Future Redeemed. But anyway, there's still like a minute left, so we'll move on. It's a very good song though. I always am happy when that comes up. Okay, we were halfway through this little mini area for Triforce Shard. So yeah, we'll do the last 2 rooms and then fight the final enemies. Yeah, we only have 3 shards left. Again, way faster than the original, where you have to hunt for the actual pieces in the ocean. Oh, goddammit. We're not fast enough. Oh shoot. We were also not fast enough for that, apparently. Okay. Yeah, Wizards just kind of suck to fight, in my opinion. They're just annoying. Because of the way they're constantly spawning enemies in. Like, they're not hard enemies, it's just very easy to get overwhelmed. Last room. Well, sort of last room, because this central chamber counts as room 2. Voila, a lot of pots, totally nothing gonna jump out and try to jump scare us. Oh no, enemies here to jump scare us. Well, that was easy. Yeah, we're kind of overpowered at this point, so fighting like early enemies is not the most intimidating thing. I feel like Zelda games in general struggle with enemy variety. That's honestly a genuine hope I have, is that in remaking Ocarina of Time, that they might actually have enemies to carry forward to other games. Because I feel like Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom inherently do not have much enemy variety, and that is one of the biggest weaknesses of both games. So like genuinely having like assets to build off of for future Zelda games to have enemies would be nice, in like an HD format. In general, I do think Ocarina of Time is getting remade partly as a... It can either be a mix of trying to build up a team to work on traditional style Zeldas, or to like build up assets for Zelda games going forward. Again, unlike Star Fox, I feel like Zelda has enough certainty of it will not be the last game in the series. It's not going to be like a Capcom test or anything. So I feel like that's why I don't, in some ways, mind Ocarina of Time remake as much as Star Fox even. Just because it, again, doesn't feel like a Capcom test. For those who don't know what that means, in the mid-2010s, Capcom was constantly being like, hey, buy this collection to prove you want more. And it would be like Darkstalkers and stuff, so that would come out, and then, nope, no more Darkstalkers, because that collection did not meet their expectations. Another very famous example of that is Chibi Robo Ziplash of all games. Because they basically were like, yeah, this game underperforms, this would probably be it for the series, and it was. So yeah, People really don't like that mentality. Oddly enough, Capcom does fewer Capcom tests than like every other company. Like, it feels like every modern Capcom collection, which is good, this is a good thing, for the record. You got a Triforce chart, you only need 2 more. Now you need only 2 more. Like, it's actually refreshing that it feels like these collections don't have strings attached to them. People still want the MVC collection in the vain hopes of, oh, maybe we could get another MVC someday. Marvel Tokon lurking in the corner. But it doesn't feel like it was ever pitched with that, like, intent, if that makes sense. Like, they just had the opportunity and wanted to put out this collection versus basically holding a franchise for ransom on buying a collection of older games, if that makes any sense. Yeah, with Street Fighter 6, it's like, I have not played that game enough to know what the hell's happening with the meta. Apparently people think Ingrid's broken, and I don't know if that's apt or not. Because I just haven't engaged with the competitive side of that game at all. In general, I'm not big on 6-button fighting games. It's too much for my brain to handle. I always forget, like, the shoulder buttons. Which is funny, because I can remember the shoulder buttons for, like, RC, like dashing, but I think it's because I always have like a dash macro or something and like dust. So like I'm not used to like an actual attack, like a main arsenal part of the moveset being on R1 and 2. Yeah, just never been super into Street Fighter or 6-button fighting games. You know, I figured we might as well just get this out of the way, given we're here. Hi, Dewan Guy, welcome on in. But yeah, like, there's not gonna be a good chance to get this particular chest, so I figured we'll just get this now. Save ourselves a little bit of time in the future. Wait, shoot, I need to open it first, don't I? Shoot, which one is this numerically? Well, I guess very well. Comparing Yasmin screenshots to Virgil? Oh, goody. Speaking of Marvel 3, that game is going through something right now. That's a whole thing. Because they just patched the game for Windows 11 support and did miscellaneous bug fixes. Dark Phoenix won't activate. You got a piece of heart. So TLDR, for those who don't know, if you have 5 bars in MVC 3, you can turn into Dark Phoenix if you die. She's obviously very broken and very overpowered. She's Dark Phoenix. So without that, that kind of sucks for obvious reasons. But a couple other glitches were fixed too. There's like a particular like super escape where if you like tag at a certain time, you can actually like get out of getting hit by something. I don't know the details. I'm not a Marvel expert. But yeah, there's a couple of miscellaneous glitches that were fixed. And it's kind of like the Juggernaut glitch in the collection of 2 getting fixed, and everyone just kind of was like, wait a minute, this was an established piece of tech. You can't just get rid of that. So yeah, they're working on reverting the patch. But like, the big $1 million question right now is why the hell are they tinkering with Marvel 3? The game's like, how old is the PS4 version by itself? Like, this is a genuine question. She's rushed down? Okay, so I'll play as her then. I'll give her a shot. If I find $30 to spare, however much. I think it's 25, because no World Tour content and no stages. Which is a bummer. Why isn't there a stage for Tifa? Like, genuinely, why isn't there a stage for Tifa? It's still $30, goddamn. That sucks. Genuinely kind of mad about that. Yeah, like the latter half of the Triforce charts being gone means that they were just made regular treasures, so like stuff was moved around. I can't tell you the specifics. But yeah. I want to like Street Fighter 6. God, it's frustrating. The World Tour content has actually always been free. I will eat my words then. I'll just stop acting like I know what I'm talking about with Street Fighter, because I clearly do not. Yeah, that's a lot of effort, actually. And also, supposedly the it was being done by an offshoot studio, and supposedly, according to rumors I saw, the offshoot, like, downsized or shut down. I forget which one it was, but I don't know if that's even true or not. That's just, you know, stuff I've been seeing in passing. Yeah. And it's interesting too because, like, spoilers for Street Fighter 6, which is a game that I myself have not finished the story mode on. One of the characters being added is very interesting from a story mode perspective. Bosch, he's the rival character in the story. So, from my understanding, spoiler warning, Bosch dies. And something in Ingrid's story involves her bringing him back to life. So that's how he's actually going to be playable now, which is like, huh, fascinating. Also, speaking of fascinating, this is a weird section. As a teen playing this game, I always thought you had to glide over there. Like from there, all the way to the entrance to our next destination. It turns out, you don't have to do that. All you have to do is walk over here. What's this low raised platform for? It's for hitting the hookshot in the tree. Like reaching the hookshot up to the tree. It's like, wow, that's so much faster than gliding all the way over. Wish I knew about that sooner. She just erases, like, oh my god, no, John Street Fighter gets erased? Damn. Pour one out. Anyway, the Savage Labyrinth. Deep in the never-ending darkness, the golden shard you seek awaits. Well, straight forward and to the point. So, like, wow, okay. You get Sonic 06 at the end of Street Fighter 6. How fitting, I guess. Hey, we could be really cheap. We have 1,700 rupees. I might actually become an asshole here to the enemies. And do this. So, Savage Labyrinth, as a dungeon, has floors based on the first 3 areas. Because, hypothetically, if you want to do that glide, you get the power bracelet early enough that you could do this, like, straight after Tower of the Gods in Forsaken Fortress 2, if you so desired. So, nothing based on, Wind Temple and Earth Temple is in this gauntlet, but this is a 50-floor gauntlet. You are required to do 30 floors. The last 20, to my recollection, are 1 locked behind the Mirror Shield. So in that case, you do have to get through the Earth Temple at least. And 2, optional, especially in this version where it's an item instead of a piece of heart, either directly or indirectly through a treasure chart. I forget which one it is. Magic armor also works differently in this game. It actually works like it does in Twilight Princess, from what I recall. In the original, I think, hence the name Magic Armor, I think it trained magic meter. So in HD, it's changed to make you drop rupees, which, you know, mileage may vary on whether that's better or worse. In my case, we have so many rupees to spare, I'm totally down with that. Like, we lost 40 rupees there. Oh no, whatever will I do? And we'll get more, too. They love handing out rupees on the 10 floors. This is, you know, that era of Nintendo where they love putting in, you know, increments of 10, you know, fight all the enemies areas. So hypothetically, every 10 floors should be a rest floor, essentially. So we should be able to get health back and also, stock up on rupees a bit more. Main trouble right now is finding the mini balloons, because they can be a little bit hard to, like, figure out where they are. Keys too. Yeah, this is obviously based a little bit loosely on Dragon Roost. Yeah, I think in Twilight Princess, the magic armor equivalent is tied to rupees. I think it might drain rupees continuously. I actually don't know what they do about that in Wind Waker or like Twilight Princess HD. If it's more like this or if it's like continuous drain. I could not tell you. I have not played much Twilight Princess HD. Again, I genuinely want to give that game another try. Dusklight's a great opportunity to do so. So yeah, at some point do not be surprised if I try Twilight Princess. Again, I don't know if I have the emotional, fortitude at the moment, given the headspace I've been in. If I have the emotional fortitude to do, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Sky right now. So I've actually been considering taking a short break from Fox Girls Favorites to cover some other games. A bit of a reprieve. Because again, there's gonna be a stretch of games that make me cry on the row. And I don't know if I want to put myself through that. So, that's the $1,000,000 question at the moment is... do I want to face this gauntlet I put down for myself of... like Professor Layton and the Underground Future will make me cry. There's something else about that game that's like, oh my god, I'm being haunted. Not literally, but like, oh. Between Professor Layton and the Unwound Future, Final Fantasy 13, Resident Evil 2, that's the dead giveaway if you don't know these franchises. Do you ever feel like your life was kind of pointing you to make a decision, and then you only realize way later, it's like, oh, no wonder I, for example, like a name so much. Just finding the choo-choos kind of sucks on this floor. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank is like the only wind down in that stretch, and Portal 2 is also pretty chill. But I've also thought about doing a combination Fox Girls Favorites and like a first time playthrough, because I've never played Portal 2 co-op. I've never done the co-op, which I would count separately as like a first time playthrough. The only question is, it feels like everyone I know who I think, hey, wanna play Portal 2? is already committed to playing Portal 2 with someone else. Like, this has happened at least twice, which is weird that it's happened twice. There we go. By the way, there's actually a trick where if you take damage and then line yourself up really quickly and then hookshot the torch on the side, with Iron Boots usually, you can actually go into the hole while the flames are still up. So hypothetically, if you wanted to speedrun it, we have magic armor, we could actually try that later on. I'm just not doing it because I'm lazy, and like, frankly, given I'm not, you know, a speedrunner, I just feel like trying to do this the old-fashioned way is gonna be about the same amount of time. It's not gonna actually cut down time at all. Piece of cake. Yeah, we're in the 20s, by the way, or the 10s. Yeah, the 10s. So we're kind of cruising through this, no problem. By the way, the boomerang can actually cause the green shoes to stop hiding, which I should have been doing a lot longer than you have, and I should have pointed it out sooner too. But, oops. Yeah, staggering enemies is like the worst thing, because then you have to wait for them to stand back up. Like, it feels kind of backwards. You'd think staggering would be a good thing, but there's no ground stab in this game. Like, it's weird that the ground stab just disappears after Zelda 2 and doesn't come back until, like, Twilight Princess. Like, I genuinely miss it when it's not there, because, like, a ground takedown is really nice. Especially when fighting enemies that are very light and easily knocked down. Yeah, with, like, Marvel 3, it's genuinely making people wonder if they might announce something soon, like a rollback update. Which would be kind of like a... I mean, I think fans have done that already. But, like, to have an official rollback in Marvel 3 would be a big deal. For sure. Now, this will never happen, but you know what I want to see? I want them to go back and add crossplay to all 3 collections they've done recently. That I don't think is going to happen, because, like, I think the fighting collections specifically are based on MT Framework, which is, like, an older engine. Like, the ones that have crossplay and everything, I think, typically have been RE Engine. To my recollection, it's actually speculated that's why they almost skipped Xbox with a bunch of the collections, but like Ace Attorney was fine on Xbox because RE Engine's more up to date. But again, just a rumor. I don't know what the source is on that. Yeah, Wizrobes did show up in Tower of Gods, so that does mean we unfortunately have to deal with them here. You'd think she would get used to falling down to the point that she wouldn't need to scream every time, but alas. Piece of cake. Or not. I think the amount of rupees you lose is proportional to how much damage everything does. Which, again, Wind Waker is a low damage game. It's like why it makes sense that there's a hero mode. By the way, I didn't actually talk about that. Hero mode is something you can actually toggle at any time from the file select. It increases damage, it's double damage taken. Also, really interestingly, there's like no heart drops organically. Oh shit, okay, made it. Yeah, no organic heart drops. The only way to refresh health is through bottled items or heart containers. So yeah, it's a lot harder. I would be interested to see how bad a 3-heart hero mode run would be, but I also like preserving my sanity. Actually, you know what would be faster? Like this, huh? Okay. But yeah, for a Pit of 100 Trials-esque section, this one's not that bad, because it doesn't go all the way through endgame enemies. This one's pretty manageable, all things considered. Hey, now the room is like kind of on fire looking. It doesn't actually, you know, help my argument that I am using magic armor, but even then, we haven't gotten hit that much. Come on, here we go. Like, genuinely, I need to play World Tour at some point for Street Fighter, because I have no clue what's happening in the story. This might be pretty deep in, actually. If we're finding a Dark Net, it's like, that typically means you're pretty far in. Ow. Yeah, I think that does more damage, therefore costs more rupees. Yeah, this would be an example of a floor that if you can get the trick to land, you'd save yourself a lot of time. But yeah, like, Yasmin being rushed down does not shock me. Based on, like, the trailer and everything. I don't know what archetype I actually like. I tend to not care. Again, I've talked about this before, but like, find the commonality in playstyle between Pyro and Mythra and Smash, Zelda and Smash, let's see, like June and Tekken. Dizzy and Jam and Guilty Gear. So yeah, I don't know what archetype I like, given I just am all over the board. There's like no clear-cut answer of what kind of characters I vibe with and tend to gravitate towards, because it's kind of just all over the place. Hey, both. Got a 2 for 1. That's very good, actually. Makes my life a lot easier. Alright, piece of cake. I almost wish it told you what floor you're on, but I guess the mystery's kind of part of the point to some degree. But yeah, don't screw this up. If you leave, well actually no, they don't let you leave, which is nice, that they just are like, no, you don't get the choice here, because then you'd have to do the whole thing over again, and that would suck. Speaking of having to do the whole thing over again, I need to be a little bit careful here, actually. Because there's gonna be the exit light, and then there's the light I actually need. So I need to make sure I don't step into the wrong light. Have I ever done that? I actually don't think I have, but I don't remember how clear it is. You got a Triforce chart, now you only need one more. Okay, it's pretty obvious. Yeah, if you don't have the mirror shield, your journey ends here. But we have the mirror shield, so we can do the last 20 floors. Yeah, this is going by pretty quickly. Oh, I spoke too soon. I will eat my words now. I forgot Redead's chart up here. I thought it was limited to like areas early on, or like enemies early on, but I forgot that the later floors do actually toss in enemies from like, again, like Earth Temple and Wind Temple. The Wind Temple doesn't really have many enemies of their own. Because with, this is mostly just the Redeads and Stalfos that show up. By the way, they are vulnerable to light. You can mirror shield them, and that works too. I don't know if you have to wait for them to explode. Okay, you don't. Yeah, in terms of fighting games, like, the biggest issue is a problem I'm having with a lot of games. Oh, I didn't mean to... I shouldn't have done that. I just instinctively have the hookshot on R. But the biggest issue I have with, like, Street Fighter is I don't want to play the character that everyone is saying is overplayed. And that happens occasionally. For example, Strive early on I played Ramblethal just because she was the character that was, like, calling to me in the base roster. But, like, as it turns out, Ramblethal is, like, extremely overplayed, especially in Season 1. So, yeah, I kind of felt bad, but that's who I want to play. You know, going back in time, I actually could have played Jacko, as it turns out. She's actually not as complicated as I thought she would be. Thanks, Son. I don't think I would have played Jacko if it wasn't for you. Like, genuinely. Because I was trying to help out Zon, and I kind of started playing Jacko casually, just to have an idea of, like, giving advice. Like, I wanted to give advice, but I needed to kind of know the character to some degree. So, like, understanding fundamentals. So yeah, that actually did get me to play Jacko, which was actually fun. Yeah, realistically, I shouldn't drop a character because they're overplayed. Yeah, realistically, that shouldn't bother me. But unfortunately, I'm very susceptible to the opinions of others. And again, it's also like the character that speaks to me most in Street Fighter 6 at the moment is Mai, and everyone's calling for Mai to get nerfed into oblivion. So yeah, I don't know how valuable she's gonna be going forward. Like, it's weird, actually, how healthy the roster of Strive feels at the moment. Like, it's genuinely baffling to me. A little bit. Because, like, Happy Chaos, obviously, is the noteworthy exception to, you know, roster variety. But even then, since the Season 5 nerfs, there have been significantly fewer Happy Chaoses in brackets. It's mostly just, like, one person who's still just very good as this character. But for the most part, it's like, the amount of like, just the slew of Happy Chaos mirrors has dwindled. And the entirely unjust need to play something more unique. Yeah, I think that's part of it too. But like, other than that, for a long time, like 4 seasons, right now we're having multiple tournaments. Combo Breaker was actually said to be really fun because there were actually no mirrors. And Dizzy actually made it to top 8 in Combo Breaker, which is like not a common thing that happens. So Dizzy's actually in a decent place in 2.0. The funny part is in 2.0 there's the argument that some characters are actually less balanced, but the overall like trade-off of losing Wild Assault is worth it. Like, it's better for the game's health that Wild Assault is gone, even if some characters kind of suffer for it. I think Testament is like one of the characters that's like in not great shape, and Abba as well. Because Abba doesn't really have great approach options, normally. Like, nerfing it, like, they kind of buffed and nerfed everyone. The two that feel weird to me are Abba, because she wasn't that great in the first place, and, like, Nago getting buffed a lot. It's kind of like, I thought Nago was already really strong, why is he the one immune to getting nerfed? Like, as a counter to all the stuff they're improving. Other than that, again, the argument's been made that, like, Strive was in a weirdly good spot to the point that it was actually making, like, Tekken players jealous. Because, like, Tekken was in a really bad place at the start of Season 3. And Season 2 in its entirety, basically. Like, literally, I was seeing people be like, damn, I wish we could get that kind of patch for Tekken. Street Fighter 6 is actually weird comparably because the balance has been relatively unchanged. Like, a lot of the changes they've made are not that noteworthy, and a lot of people want a shake-up. A lot of people are, like, chomping at the bit for a shake-up, actually. Like, Super Street Fighter, or Ultra Street Fighter levels of, like, we gotta shake things up, because the game's getting stale. In a way, it's actually refreshing, not having to, like, relearn everything constantly, but it is kind of, like, caused the problem of the meta has kind of plateaued. There haven't been any shakeups in the meta in a long time. It's just been Mai in Season 2. It might be Ingrid now, we'll see. It's also, like, slow, just because game development is slow now. So, like, when you used to get 5 or 6 characters in a season, comparably we're getting, like, 4 in a season, which feels kind of lame in comparison. Oh yeah, light actually works on these too, don't they? Or not, okay, prove me wrong. What does light do? Because they give us the light. It's gotta do something here. But yeah. Yasmin I would be tempted to play, actually. If, again, I own the season, which I do not at present. Because that's a lot of money. Oh, that's... Oh, that purchased the purse. That's what that does. Thank you for the hydration check. I will, try to remember to do that at an apt moment. Apt moment, not opt moment. Where'd that head go? Okay. Kinda just went flying there. Okay, that was awkward. But we did it. That's gotta be like floor like 37 or something. Or we could just be on floor 40, that works too. I'll take it. Stock up on rupees again. And we'll be ready for the last little stretch. That's a lot of mini blends. I'm gonna try this just once. So like you hit this and then oh actually no, we can't do this. This is too much garbage. Oh my god, the hit effects. The hit stun in this game is so satisfying, but then you end up with this many enemies and it just is awful. The game just grinds to a halt. I don't even know where the enemies are on this floor, but we'll try this. So then you do this, and then hit it again. Nope, okay, I wasn't fast enough. You gotta be really fast for this to work. Actually, it might not work with the magic armor now that I think about it. Oopsie. Oh, those are electrified. Well, that's awkward. I can't cancel out of this either. You know what the best ticket for this would be, probably? Bomb. Just kinda get them to crowd around. Now we can deal with them now that they're stunned. Mostly prioritizing the yellow choo-choos, followed by green. Well, that could have been smoother, but it's fine. Yeah, I think the iframe... I don't know if you have iframes with the magic armor. I think that might be the issue. Why do we have a conspicuous switch in the middle of the room? Well, I wonder if any enemies will appear. Yep. Oh shit, this one's low enough. The flames cause the game to slow down. Feels like everything causes this game to slow down, which again is a testament to the Wii U just kind of being a GameCube. In a way. Like, that's not a bit, by the way. It's not that different architecturally speaking from the GameCube, and that's probably why it doesn't feel the best. Oh, god damn it. I'm like claw gripping this. Because I have it on Y, which is not ideal. I could have sworn there was still one alive. I guess not. Oh my god, that's a lot of enemies. This is actually a bad idea, because the stun after. Yeah. I actually don't mind getting hit, because that knocks me out of the stun. One nice thing about the Wii U Pro Controller is it, in this case, doesn't have the little octagon around the control stick, meaning you don't have the clicking every time you try to spin the control stick to do a spin attack. I'm sure N64 would have that problem too. But yeah, in terms of like archetype, also Annie and Skullgirls, that's another character I tried to learn for a bit. Oh, this floor is just disgusting. Again, like to go for the jump attack just to immediately get a leg up on the Redeads. And focusing on them so I don't get stunned while also dealing with the Stalfos. Yeah, it really puts into perspective that, like, there's no original enemies in Wind Temple. It's just kind of Stalfos again. And, like, P-hats and stuff. It's interesting, for sure. Oh shit, that... we do not have time to defeat the head. Yeah, when you have to deal with two Stalfos, that's a bit frustrating. But actually, this gives us a good opportunity while the one is reforming. God damn it. Well, I'm missing so many attacks right now. There we go. Jeez, that took longer than I hoped it would have. I also didn't reinitialize the magic armor. Oh, that's gross. That's a lot of annoying enemies. This is just a Hyrule Castle, like, enemies that the Darknets and the Moblins. Come on. The wrong one keeps trying to attack first. I'm just hemorrhaging rupees, it's fine. It's worth it. Yeah, the ones with shields are considered special. What? Oh, there. There's so much happening that I'm losing track. It's always interesting how this game... you know, something I completely didn't talk about was how hated this game was when it was first announced. There was a Space World back when Nintendo did that. There was a Space World demo in 2000 for a proof of concept of Ocarina of Time on GameCube, which is, you know, kind of the same deal as like Twilight Princess on Wii U having a tech demo. It's very similar. But it's the same thing where people just like, I wish this game looked like that instead of like Breath of the Wild or Wind Waker. Wind Waker even worse. Like when this game got shown off, people were like apparently really mad about how this game looked. Because people just wanted like a dark, edgy Zelda. It's kind of funny actually if you think about it, because during this GameCube PS2 era, everyone was complaining that games were too kiddie or whatever. Oh, this is a weird floor to be fighting Southwest on. They're gonna blow themselves up. Case in point. Did that take out the head? I think it did, actually. Over here. Okay. Bomb was slightly out of range. This is just kind of a mess. Yeah, like, people were legitimately mad about how this game looked. But yeah, as I was saying, it's funny, because, like, everyone got their wish. Because, like, the late 2000s were all about games being, like, gritty and edgy. Gears of War, I think, was the one that kind of pioneered that whole shift towards games being a lot edgier. And, like, gritty and like browns and grays, that's the primary color palette, and it's like a trend that I do not like in games. I prefer stylized, for obvious reasons. Oh, you don't have a sword, so you can't even do your regular attack. That actually sucks. Oh, good. Also give me an opportunity to just poke him in the back. But yeah, just the overall take of that era of games was just so bleak because of how bland visuals were, because they were chasing like realism. The one exception, weirdly enough, kind of was Uncharted, because it still had the like AAA feel to it, but it wasn't like as relentlessly gritty as like Gears of War. Like, Uncharted has a lot of color to it, actually. Wait, that was the end. Oh, okay. That was, mildly anticlimactic, actually. I thought that was gonna go on longer. You got the Hero's Charm. This mystical trinket gives you the ability to see the life forces of your foes. Touch its icon on the item screen to equip it. Ta-da! It kind of looks not great, in my opinion. Yeah, let's you see health values. So yeah, that's the Savage Labyrinth done. There's only one piece of the Triforce left, and then we're in go mode, as they say. Not that we have a go mode in a non-randomizer setting, I would assume. But our final stop is actually right next to us, isn't it? Yeah, we don't even have to warp, it's Diamond Step. Yeah, we have every Triforce chart, we have every regular treasure chart. I think we have all the special charts. Unless there's some I'm somehow missing. Again, most of them are kind of useless by the time they're easily accessible, because it's like... Great Fairy chart's not that useful, because you probably would have gotten double magic based on Fishman hints. And then also, you need the bomb upgrades to get the eye reefs done more easily, so it's not the most helpful. And then like the island chart, or heart chart, the sea heart chart. Octo chart, again, we took all of them out, I think. Submarine chart, also not overly helpful. Again, this is the kind of thing that would be great in a randomizer, because then you might have to tackle the stuff way, like, earlier than you typically would have to in a vanilla run. Yeah, genuinely interesting to me how much a randomizer can change your perception. Yeah, like Twilight Princess was like the game that people wanted Wind Waker to be. And it's kind of funny to me that the receptions of these games keep flipping. Like, every couple years, it feels like we were too hard on Wind Waker, we were too hard on Twilight Princess, and it keeps just flip-flopping. Again, my weird brain believes that Wind Waker is the one I prefer, but I think Twilight Princess is actually the better game. I think Twilight Princess, because Skyward Sword is kind of linear, it has amazing dungeons, just the actual design of it can be a little frustrating. Oh, we never did that thing. There's a thing where you like go down into one of these little caverns and you have to like shoot a bunch of flames to light stuff up. I guess that's not required for anything. Okay, so we can kind of break this. You're supposed to light things, but we have arrows, so we'll just do that instead. It should be this one. There's also another path to the right, where we just were, that takes you to a joy pendant, which obviously we're not going to go after, because it's just a joy pendant, it's not that helpful. Yeah, you get health bars. It's actually kind of uncanny seeing this game with health bars. Alright, so that takes us to this little ship up here. So then the final one should be this one. That missed somehow. Again, alternatively, if you do this early, which... No, wait, there's no way you can do this early, because you hook shot. Oh, that's an awkward place to drop us, right by an enemy. Thanks, game. Real kind to you. Anyway. That should be the end. You got the ghost ship chart. Check your charts on the map screen to view it. So, I don't know if this is an OG thing or not. Or if it might be a randomizer thing, actually. I could have sworn in randomizers it actually shows where the ghost ship is. Just, like, organically on the map itself. Wait, where is it? There it is. Oh shoot, that's on the touch screen. One sec. There we go. So this shows all the places it could be based on the positioning of the moon. So that looks like it's at 5-star. I actually don't even know if we can get over there in time. The best case scenario is if you actually get this at a time when you're, you know, when the ghost ship is literally here, because then it's obviously a straight shot, but alas. Again, the biggest hurdle right now is, do I have enough time for this? Because, like, it's probably... The sun is probably going to come up by the time I get to 5-star Isle. Yeah, that takes care of that, actually. So the last big side quest thing is the Nintendo Gallery, which again, we might do if we have time at the end. Which we probably will. Again, genuinely don't think I have enough time to do this. Where's the moon? I can't tell how it's moving. If it's like setting or rise. Oh, it's setting. Yeah, no, too slow. Okay. So then the next place will be is like 7-star. Actually, if I play it like as it's turning to morning, what's it gonna do? Is it gonna go to night or is it gonna go to day? Oh my god, that actually went straight to night. Cool. So 7-star. So that's up here. Okay. That is actually the direction it put us. Cool. Wait, 7 star, that's up. Yeah, that's up this way. And because we just played the song, it should actually be, like, it should give us plenty of time. I actually don't know the exact amount of time in a day in Wind Waker, like, the exact increment. But yeah, there is a lot of stuff we didn't actually do, like that one thing I was talking about. There's a cave that has, like, a ghost ship like the one we saw before, like a crash ship like we saw before, but you have to, like, use fire arrows to hit torches and light them up. Is this not the right place? Nope, this is not the right place. What is that then? Like, genuinely, what island is that? It's not that. I don't think it is, at least. Oh, this analog stick is very loose. Like, genuinely, where is this? Actually might be here. Pats me? Oh, thank you. Yeah, it might be Starbelt Archipelago. Oopsie. This is the I don't know where things are part of the stream, apparently. Hi Quinn, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. We're just finishing up Wind Waker. Trying to find the last piece of the Triforce, and then we'll move on to Endgame. I'm currently trying my best to figure out where the hell this ghost ship is. That's good, I'm glad to hear. Oh, that's actually close to the Dragon Roost, but we're here. Alternatively, if you know a particular spot better than another, you could just, like, keep cycling it until you get the one you want. That's an option too. Yeah, not the most efficient playthrough of this game. Yeah, the try itself might just not be completely reflective of what it looks like in actuality. Because yeah, the closest I can see is Starbelt Archipelago. Yeah, this turned into more of a chase than I was expecting it to. I actually don't know if I dealt with the big octo there, and I don't really want to find out. I'm pretty sure I did, but do not remember. I don't even see the moon, which means it's really high up, which is good. That means we have time. If it's not here, I'm gonna be very confused. Oh, okay. We are on target. There it is. So, if you have the chart, you can sail into it in order to go inside. If I had $1 for every time this set of games involves a ghost ship, well, at this point, I'd have $1. Oh, that's a lot of noise. Oh god. Thinking, okay. Let's just take a hit here, probably. Except you're summoning enemies, so that actually kind of works in my favor. Or not, it's a re-dead. Yeah, health bars actually are very convenient in some ways. It's a little, like, sprout coming up where the light is. That's very cheery, actually, in a very dingy area. Nice. Was that it? Whew, okay. Sweet. Also, again, every area that gives you a Triforce chart or shard will give you a ton of rupees to help you have a buffer to actually translate it. More needed on GameCube, where you need, like, 398 times 8 instead of 398 times 3. It's like 1200 in this version, roughly. Got a Triforce shard! At last you found the last shard. Fused together, all 8 form the Triforce of Courage. And there goes the ghost ship. Ta-da! Well done, Linkle. With the shards you have collected, the Triforce of Courage is now complete at last. We must make for Hyrule, quickly! You heard him. Yeah. Like so. Tower of the Gods. Again, the warp points are pretty well distributed, but it would be nice if, like, if we ever get a recomp of this game, if they give you the option to just warp anywhere. That would be really nice. That would actually completely break the tree quest, now that I think about it. But as an option, I think it would be nice. Definitely not default, because again, that's a little broken. Well done, Linkle. You must show the Triforce piece you have assembled to the gods. Oh, what is this? There on your hand. The Triforce piece now dwells within you. It is the Triforce of Courage, proof that you are indeed the true hero. You have controlled the wind and crossed the seas, and here, near the end of your quest, the power of the gods has been bestowed upon you. Surely from this moment on, you shall be known as the Hero of Winds. Linkle, Hero of Winds, go forth. To Hyrule, to Zelda's side. Very good timing. Ads are about to start. So I don't remember if a cutscene plays if we go inside. Yeah, the place has been ransacked, which is not boding well for Zelda's safety. But we're gonna save and check up on her after this short break. You know, the song still kinda hits hard, given the Grand Festival. Damn, that was fun. I remember playing that a bit, it was a good time. Alright, I think we are ready to go into the end game. I definitely am ready for this. This isn't even a case of like, oh no, I don't think I'm ready for this. It's like, yeah, no, we're fine. We got nothing to worry about, basically. And help if I could manage my inventory while also moving. Multitasking is something I like doing, but I'm also not good at. Anyway, hi, Zelda. Again, I modded Zelda, by the way. For those who weren't here last time, or... yeah, I think it was last time, actually. Oh, there she goes. You have deceived yourself. Did you think you'd be safe inside the castle? Foolish! Now that my power has been restored, there is no safe haven for you. I have taken your precious Zelda, and here you shall fall into eternal slumber. Yeah, Zelda gets to keep her melanin after transforming. Again, it feels weird to me, because, like, the king's skin tone is darker, too, and matches Tetra's, so, like, I know he's not, like, a direct ancestor, probably, but it's still weird to me. Mighty Dark Nuts, as they're called, suck. They have capes, which means we can't get a direct hit at their back until we actually take out the cape, which thankfully we got right away. I might take a photo of one in the next area, just to be on the safe side, because we'll have empty slots for that. I should have left the Hero's Charm equipped, because, like, god, how much health do these have? I do really like the Twilight Princess Darknuts. They're a very fun enemy to fight. They suck to fight. In a positive way. Like, genuinely, I say this in a positive way. They are awful to fight. In a very fun way. like probably some of the most challenging fights in the series, and just ordinary enemy encounters are in Twilight Princess, and I do like that. Despite that, everything in Twilight Princess deals like quarter heart damage, so that kind of softens that, unless you're playing with hero mode on HD with the Ganondorf amiibo, in which case you will get your ass kicked. So yeah, that barrier is gone now, and that means we can actually do stuff out here. We don't have the barrier skip to get to Ganondorf. And yeah, Hyrule proper, which is nice to be able to see. Yeah, we got this barrier we can cut through. Again, there is a way, using a ton of frame-perfect, pixel-perfect, aligned strats, there is a way to break this barrier and not have to get the Master Sword. Do I know how to do that? God, no. I wouldn't even know where to begin to start with showing that off. Wind Waker speedruns are so fascinating because, they're actually pretty comparable in length using completely different methods. So, the tech is completely different, but there's sort of an unofficial, like, race, essentially, between HD and regular to try to get the time of one lower than the other, even though I think a lot of the same people run both, probably. But yeah, genuinely fascinating how two games with different tech can kind of, like, and kind of evening out. Oh my god, what happened? I walked too far. Is that gonna put us all... Oh my god. Cool, thanks game. Really cool. But yeah, genuinely super cool how optimized these games are. Zama was telling me about Spyro the other day, and how like Spyro 3 is like extremely optimized. So like a couple days ago was the first new world record for Spyro 3 in like 3 years or something. Spyro 1 just got a new record. It's kind of wild. But yeah, I really enjoy speedrunning. Genuinely would be down to try to learn a speedrun at some point. Don't know which one though. Okay, being a little bit more careful this time. There we go, not walking forward. I thought it was a closer hook shot than it actually was, so that's on me. And we're in. Final stretch. Alrighty, this is Ganon's Tower. So, I need to keep the picked-up box equipped, believe it or not, because we missed 2 out of 4 of these photos. But we have different rooms themed to each of the temples. Is there one missing? Wait a minute, hold up. Me trying to do math. Like... Does that make sense? Because there's like 4 of these, but like I could have sworn that... What temple am I forgetting? Dragon Roost, Forest Haven... The Tower of the Gods, that makes sense why you wouldn't refight Godon. Okay, that's it. We're done. That was the Goma puzzle. So fun thing with these boss refights, 1, visually, they're black and white. 2, on GameCube, from what I recall reading, on GameCube you can fight these 1 time. On HD, you can actually fight them infinitely. Hello? There we go. It was too close, I guess. So, if you're on HD, you basically have infinite chances to actually get the photos, which is a nice little subtle quality of life change that probably won't come up much organically, but it's still good to note. Also worth noting is we are a little busted at the moment. We have the Master Sword, we have 20 hearts. That's my other big question about Ocarina of Time, is Link's Awakening had like 14 hearts originally. So Link's Awakening Remake adds in enough heart containers to get to 20. Which makes me wonder if, because like Breath of the Wild has so much more, if they might actually add like heart pieces and heart containers to the Ocarina of Time remake to add side content. Again, I think the core design is gonna be comparable. I don't think it's a Resident Evil situation, like RE remake situation. I think it's going to be relatively intact, but with more added on to it. I don't think it's gonna be a full reimagining. I think some people are getting their hopes up way too high. But that's just me. Maybe I'm a pessimist. Or a realist. Like Star Fox doesn't seem like it's changing the actual content of the game that much, and I kinda wish it would. I wish it could add, like, more stuff. But oh well. Oh shoot, okay. Not... Oh, not one cycle, but it's fine. 2 cycle. 1 extra hit. Cool. Mind you, if you know what you're doing, you don't have to do any of this stuff. You can basically climb up on one of the bridge posts and glide in such a specific way that you can basically clip. You can clip underneath the door basically and hit a loading zone and actually make it past this entirely. So yeah, if you are a go-getter, that is an option. I don't know why my brain always wants to put the Deku Leaf on Y. That makes no sense because like, I should put it near A, because that's what I'm using the jump with. It just makes more sense. Oh shoot, gotta hit that. No. Cool. This room is a little bit more time consuming because it's cycle based, which means we can't just BS it the way we did the other room. We actually do have to kind of play it legit. Just gotta wait for this to raise us up and then hope we don't get clipped by a P-hat. They're trying. They're trying. Oh god. Okay, that was scarier than I thought it was going to be. I need magic, that's why I'm breaking these. We don't need magic, but I would want magic, to clarify the semantics of that. So Kale Demos. Once again, we gotta go over here and like do this. For some reason, every time, it actually empties out your inventory. So for example, we had a bunch of stuff equipped, it actually unequipped everything we had on. I don't know why it does that. Like genuinely, it's very confusing to me. It's mildly annoying. Having to like re-equip everything you need, especially if it's the same things across 2 sections. Which I actually don't think it really is very often. Okay, let's try style on them this time. Yeah, that's how fast I can go. We also have the Master Swords, so that probably helps. Again, genuinely don't remember if the Master Sword increases damage dealt. Yeah, you can keep looping these bosses until you get the photo if you miss it. But again, on GameCube, you apparently have 1 shot, and if you screw it up, well, you gotta play the game again. You gotta do New Game Plus. Earth Temple section. This one's annoying, honestly. Huh, okay. Trying to remember what we have to do here, actually. Because I thought there was supposed to be an enemy there. Oh, there's the choo-choos. Might as well grab that while we're waiting. Okay, so that might be a little bit too far away. We might not have time for this cycle, but we'll try. Not if I keep messing that up. Not if I keep messing that up. Okay, we definitely don't have time. I'll try it. Is that close enough? Nope. Okay. If I hustle, I might be able to make it. And if I don't get possessed, that's the other $1 million question there. Oh my god. Holy shit. We made it. Incredible. I'm gonna hit that little guy all the way over there. I should not have gotten away with that. I am genuinely amazed that that worked. Again, don't know if I have time for this, but we'll gun it. Oh, shoot. Does that count for the time? God damn it. See, that just sucks, actually. That's really annoying to me that it counts for the cutscene time. Because it basically makes you do it twice. I was about to ask, how do speedrunners handle it? And the answer is no, they clip. They clip past all of this. So the answer is they don't deal with any of it. Yeah, we would have gotten it if it wasn't for the cutscene. And that's the part that annoys me about that whole exchange. I don't even know where the one that we froze before went. It's probably like stuck on a wall or something. Yeah, genuinely annoying that they just stall you out so you basically have to do it again. I'm sure there's a way to one cycle now, but it's just, I don't know what it is. I'm not a speedrunner. Alright, Valhalla, we don't need to photograph you, I'm pretty sure. What if I photograph you anyway, just be on the safe side, but I'm like 90% sure we got it. So I feel like I would have written you down on my note list if I hadn't. Alright, let's see if we get so lucky this time with our spin attacks. I do wish this wasn't capped. That's my one complaint about Valhalla as a fight. If you could one-cycle this, that would be really cool. But they do cap you at a certain number of spins. I'm greedy. I want the heart. Alright. Like, you basically have to do 3 cycles minimum just because of having a damage cap, essentially. We might have to force. This might be a 4 cycle. I'm not feeling great about my odds. I'll see if I'm right. God damn it. Well, we staggered him out of the attack at least, so that's something. God, this is annoying how he pulls you away from the spotlight a little bit. Okay. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Thank you for the posture reminder, and also the stretch reminder earlier. Please? Okay, cool. I've had times when it ran out right as I was about to hit the final ghost, and then I have to wait. And it really sucks when that happens. Definitely got Mulgara's photo. I almost said Manhandla. It's like that's a very different enemy. Alright, what the hell's the deal with this one? Wizrobes, that's what the deal is with this one. Got it. I think we have to thread this needle, if I'm not mistaken. Which is shockingly easy, actually. I think we need the hook shot for this. Just looking for magic, because we need a lot of magic coming up here. Again, a Chateau Amani would be great right now, but that is stuck in Termina. I'm being lazy and wasting time because I'm being lazy. That happens to me a lot. I try to save time and waste time in the meantime. How many times did I say the word time in the last like 30 seconds? Anyway, Bulgara. Again, kind of an annoying fight, but not awful in my opinion. I like how the music is also slightly distorted for these fights, I'm pretty sure. I was trying to spin attack, but it just went into the auto combo, essentially. I say auto combo like this is a fighting game. Zelda was revolutionary at the time because the targeting wasn't really a thing in 3D games up until this point. Which is one of those things where it's like, I don't know how anyone, like, survived without this in, like, 3D action games. And the answer is probably not well. Like, I never have heard good things about, like, Castlevania 64. Oh my god, the frame rate. Oh, please. Just praying my Wii U lives for one more hour. Oh god, you're all right here. Oh no, you're right on... Like, he's right behind me, isn't he? That works. Cool. Oh, my favorite from Digital Circus is I'm right behind you, aren't I? Sometimes I get, like, legitimately thrown off when I remember who Sean Sheplock has voiced. Speaking of Kinger. Like, there was some character played by Sean Sheplock that I just put a connection together with. Like, obviously, like, Rivali and the Deku Tree from, Breath of the Wild. I think he's also the Rito Sage in Tears. It makes sense, at least. Oh my god. So much was happening on screen. But there was some role in particular that I just remembered was him. It's not Bubsy either. Because that was recent enough. But there was something else that's like, huh. But now I thought of that. Was it Dustin Elysian Tail actually? I don't think it was that, but I think that's also him. I may be complete. No, wait, that isn't him. Never mind. I'm wrong. I also haven't played Dustin Elysian Tail, so that's probably why I'm talking out my ass with this one. So hey, wanna break a game in half? Well actually, no, we're not there yet. I thought it was this room, but it's the next room. Ow, stop poking me with your thing. Spear, that's what it's called. Alright, long ass room just for a loading trigger. So we have this, like, central room of sorts. We have this room here. We can't do anything in there yet. Instead, we actually have to go over here. So, in this room, we will have torches, and we basically have to hit them in the order of candles. This is extremely unsubtle. If you are, like, a crack shot at, like, using the bow, apparently you can actually do this with the bow. What do you have to say? Linkle, you must remember well the appearance of this room, the shape of the floor, the number of items hanging on the walls. Such things are the keys to solving the riddles that lie ahead. Do not overlook anything. Wow. Thanks. Okay. I was committing it to memory. Did I commit it to memory successfully? Let's find out. Yeah, no, they didn't need to. This is the end of the game. They don't need to handhold you this much. I don't know why it does this. Genuinely, this cutscene is making me forget the order because I can only retain information so long. That's how my brain works, unfortunately, short-term memory. So yeah, the cutscene actually made it harder to remember because I was losing the order as the cutscene was playing. Like, not a bit. Hi, King. Why you sound so surprised? I see. So this is the portal through which Ganon was able to seep into the unsuspecting world above. Linkle, we shall make use of this path that Ganon created for himself. If there is anything from the world above that you believe you need, then climb into the boat and enter the column of darkness. So yeah, basically this will take you to the Forsaken Fortress. We'll probably see that later. But for the meantime, or in the meantime, I actually want to go down here. What does this actually say? I never read this. The sword hilts of my servants who lurk deep in the darkness shall be the guideposts that point to me. So, we gotta jump down. And as implied, we have Phantom Ganon back, ready for action. I was trying to do a spin attack, it did not go off for some reason. Okay, so the sword hilt points at the door you need to go through. The interesting thing about this is it's actually fixed every time. So like, if I don't botch this, we can completely circumvent this whole sequence. So the order's the door behind you at the start. Left, straight, left, right, in this room, and then straight. It's kind of like the frog. Frog? Is that right? Majora with Komi and Kotake? Yeah, no, that saves so much time. Just like running through there. Now we actually have Phantom Ganon proper here to contend with. Back with more tennis action. Unless he decides to be an asshole and do the move we can't block or reflect. It's kind of the same problem as like, what's his name from, wait, there was a counter prompt. I don't know what that's for. Oh, okay. I thought that was gonna be harder. I was literally thrown off because like, oh, that's it? Okay. Neat. You got the light arrow. When you take out your bow, use the arrow to change arrowheads and fire away. The sacred light of these arrows can pierce pure evil itself. Sweet. So gotta equip those right away. And this should loop us back to where we were. However... Phantom Ganon's here. Okay, bye. That's it. I hope I got his photo, now that I'm thinking about it. I think I got it in the Forsaken Fortress, right? Right. I did. Okay, we're fine. I think. You have to hit this against the wall. I like throwing it because it's fancier. It just feels satisfying, like chucking it into this wall. Maybe that's just me. Alright, on our way. So, in this section we have to kill every enemy. I'm gonna equip the pick the box again, and the boomerang for later. We have... This is regular, okay. I hesitated for a moment, and then it's like, nah, okay, bye-bye. You can also sell any of the spoils bag items at Beetle's. I have not done that because I have too much money as is. It's weird actually, when you do all the chests, you actually have more rupees than you could possibly ever need. It's funny because the rupee economy in GameCube is so trash because of having to spend like 400 times 8. So like, you basically have to spend 3,200 rupees in order to get everything. So, surprise, surprise, it's way more convenient when you only need, like, you know, 1,200. Like, 2,000 fewer rupees. It's kind of ridiculous. Yeah, we're gonna go slightly over time today. It's gonna be slightly infuriating how close we'll get to top of the hour. At the rate we're going, we might be mid-cutscene to the point that I don't know how I'm gonna handle it. I'll probably just snooze ads. Completely ignoring Ganon looming in the background. Do you sleep still? God, I wish that was me. Wait! Wait! Do not be so hasty, girl. I can see this girl's dreams. Oceans. 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 Oceans as far as the eye can see. They are vast seas, none can swim across them, they yield no fish to catch. What did the King of Hyrule say? That the gods sealed Hyrule away? And they left behind people who would one day awaken Hyrule? How ridiculous. So many pathetic creatures scattered across a handful of islands, drifting on the sea like fallen leaves on a forgotten pool. What can they possibly hope to achieve? Don't you see? All of you. Your gods destroyed you. I've been waiting for you, girl. For one like you. Yes, for the hero. Do not betray my expectations. How do you like some body horror in this E-rated game? Actually, I don't know what this version's rated. It's probably E10. However, we have our penultimate boss fight. Kind of looks like the Triforce is in his eyes, now that I think about it. The yellow almost, because it was like triangles, the way it was dividing in that one angle. But yeah, this is a fade out. This is Puppet Ganon. If I'm not mistaken, there was actually an issue with the Link or the Zelda mod I'm using where this cutscene was unchanged, so they had to actually fix that in a patch for the mod. The red string cannot be broken. We have to cut down the other strings instead. You gotta hit the tail, ultimately. It is weird not having a Navi in this game. Like, it's kind of weird. It's the only one that doesn't have like a tattle function. If you're feeling real gutsy, you can actually shoot the tail while, like, without cutting it down. Oh, shoot. I was too slow, I guess. Yeah. Yeah, you don't need to cut it down. It's, like, optional. It helps, but, not required for anything. I wish you could multi-target the string. That would help. Yeah, honestly, I think this is harder than the actual final boss. Like, genuinely. There was a skip, by the way. There's like a warp pot that you can get up to using like a weird bomb strat. I think using like the Tingle Tuner bombs specifically, because they don't actually get bombs in the normal like 3-heart run. We haven't landed a single hit yet, which is like frustrating. I don't know why I'm struggling. And this is the easy part of the boss, so I'm worried a little bit about how this is gonna go. Yeah, he's gonna refresh again, isn't he? Yeah, I don't know why I'm having such a hard time here. It's because he keeps doing the obnoxious spin move. That's the actual problem. Damn, I hit the other part of the tail. There we go. Jesus, finally, one hit. And now we have to do that like twice more. I presume. Roll of threes, as usual. Also, if the string's cut in one, like with Kelly Demos, that would also help a lot. You can also cancel out the boomerang. I never drew attention to that in Wind Waker HD specifically. But yeah, if you throw the boomerang and actually like press B, you can call it back like right away. I think if you mash the button too, it can come back sooner too, like that. So like, I should probably be doing that, huh? In this battle that heavily is a boomerang skill check. Oh, I got it already. Oh. Well, shows how much I'm paying attention. Well, that's the second hardest phase, unfortunately. There is a harder phase, which I'm dreading. I'm not really a fan of this phase, just not even because it looks like a spider. Like, this is not spider-like enough for it to trip my arachnophobia. The reason I hate it is it's actually too easy. I feel like this should have been phase 1. Keys show up to help you refill magic, primarily. Use the reflection to figure out when he's stopping, and try to run over as quickly as you can. Also, thank you for that head pat, Serena. I did not acknowledge that because I was kind of locking into the fight. Come on. There we go. Jesus, that took way too long. Oh shoot, I got greedy. Do I have time? Nope, I don't got time. I don't know why sometimes it feels like it's not taking my inputs. Ow. Again, I say this is the easy phase, I'm still botching it. Mostly because I'm trying to fight the keys, I should just ignore them. Worry about resources when I actually need them. Alright, okay. That was sloppy, but it's fine. And now the really crappy face. Now, I actually read a strat. I'm gonna try it, just because like I got nothing to lose. But apparently, like, bombs can actually slow him down. Like, if he can run into a bomb that staggers him, you can also just hit him directly. Shoot. Please? Cool. So, I can now test bombs actually work real good. If he runs into them, or, like, close enough to them. Otherwise, you can blind fire. I don't know how that worked. Huh. Genuinely confused by getting away with that. I think it's the head specifically, because it hit the tail and did nothing. Okay, noted. Use bombs wisely, as Peppy Hair would say. That makes the fight exponentially easier. Oh my god. I don't know why I never thought to try anything like that, but damn. There's actually a trick here. I guess we'll talk about it after the cutscene. Yes, surely you are the hero of Time Reborn. Is this a lore drop? Your time has come. Come now, stand before me. Of course, that wasn't actually the real Ganon. Presumably. I mean, it could have been, actually. There's a trick with this rope if you mash A and B together really quickly, like letting go and grabbing it repeatedly, where you can actually, like, zip up the rope. I'm not gonna try it, because I'm afraid of hitting let go at the wrong time and accidentally falling all the way back down. But again, speedrunning Wind Waker is weird. Again, on GameCube they used the bombs from the Tingle Tuner to intentionally die to, like, skip a bunch of stuff. It's called, like, zombie hovering, I'm pretty sure, where, like... I don't even know how to even explain zombie hovering, I'm not an expert. Okay, that sucks. I jumped the wrong way. But again, I think this is still faster than original, but I'm not an expert. Okay, so yeah, when you disembark from the rope, do not jump towards that little narrow part. Got it. But yeah, based on how much time we have left, I don't know how this is gonna entirely pan out in terms of, like, ad break. Okay, yeah, being very careful. Not screwing around with that anymore. Shoot. I put the stylus away thinking I didn't need it anymore. Joke's on me, I guess. Is that close enough? That's not close enough. Back. I'm gonna jump towards the long part. Yeah, the double-edged sword and being able to move with the grappling hook equipped is sometimes I run off the edge. So I'm being careful, because I don't want to fall. I should have equipped the Deku Leaf, because then at least I'd have some buffer. Wouldn't have to climb all the way back up, probably. I'm also not full of health, I don't care. Final boss is easy. I'm totally not gonna regret saying that. There it is. This is kind of just staging, to be honest. This doesn't really serve much of an actual purpose to it, other than just giving you tension of you're on your way to the final boss. Which is nice, I don't mind that inherently. But yeah, we'll see if we can get through this before ads start. My country lay within a vast desert. When the sun rose into the sky, a burning wind punished my lands, searing the world, and when the moon climbed into the dark of night, a frigid gale pierced our homes. No matter when it came, the wind carried the same thing, death. But the winds that blew across the green fields of Hyrule brought something other than suffering and ruin. I coveted that wind, I suppose. It can only be called fate, that here I would again gather the three with the crests. That I should lay my hand on that which grants the wishes of the beholder, that when power, wisdom, and courage come together, the gods would have no choice but to come down. The power of the gods, the Triforce, he who touches it will have whatever he desires granted. Already the crest of wisdom is mine. All that remains... Do not fear, I will not kill you. I merely have need of the power that dwells within you. Now, let us put an end to that which binds us together. Gods, hear that which I desire. Expose this land to the rays of the sun once more. Let them burn forth. Give Hyrule to me. He who touches it will have whatever he desires granted. That is what you said, is it not, Ganondorf? Gods of the Triforce, hear that which I desire. Hope. I desire hope for these children. Give them a future. Wash away this ancient land of Hyrule. Let a ray of hope shine on the future of the world. And let our destinies finally be fulfilled. Ganondorf, may you drown with Hyrule. This is foolishness. A future for you? What are you laughing at, Ganondorf? You're insane! Michael, I'm sorry. I overslept. I think it's time for us to say goodbye to this place. We must return to the world above. Back to our ocean. Very well then. Allow me to show you. Your future. Yes, allow me to show you just what hope you have. See how much your precious Triforce is worth. Alright, I'll use this bow to cover you. Attack him as best you can. I'm gonna do something dumb. One, I wanted to quickly skim to make sure I actually had photos of the enemies in question I need. Two, I'm gonna save, so we'll have them. Three, I'm gonna sound Ganondorf. Shoot, that's a bad idea. That's the wrong button. What button is it? Is it X? Yeah, it's X. This is a terrible idea. What am I doing? There we go. Okay, now we can fight him. Okay, so this is a very counter-heavy fight. Let's wait for the counter prompt and then hit him. Eventually, he'll be like, oh shoot, you're shooting arrows at me. Stop it. I can't remember if this is on a timer. I think this is on a timer. No wait, it's actually based on how much damage you deal, I think. Or I can completely screw up the counter. That works too. Ow. You can just kick me in the face. That's an option too. Oh hey, that... Just pulling a Sephiroth here. Yeah, that counter misses a lot. It's really frustrating. There we go, finally. Probably one more. Ow. I mean, this is the final boss. If I'm gonna get beat up, we have like 3 fairies. We haven't healed hardly at all this playthrough. So we're fine. It's just time consuming. But he'll basically block anything that isn't a counter at this point. Yeah, like, you just whiff counters a lot in this fight. I don't know how to make it more consistent. Like I said, I think it's a spacing issue. Okay, that one goes through shields. Good to know. Okay. I have never, as many times as I've played this game, I've never been able to get a good handle on how this final boss works. There we go, finally. That should be it for Zelda, yeah. So yeah, not on the timer, it's based on damage though. Anyway, we gotta go over to her now. Linko, you have to distract him. Are you ready? I'll aim for you, and you use your shield. Do you get it? So just buy time for Zelda to do this, and then this is actually the end of the fight. The wind is blowing. Rated E for everyone. Linkle! My children, listen to me. I have lived regretting the past, and I have faced those regrets. If only I could do things over again. Not a day of my life has gone by without my thoughts turning to my kingdom of old. I have lived bound to Hyrule. In that sense, I was the same as Ganondorf. But you... I want you to live for the future. There may be nothing left for you, but despite that, you must look forward and walk a path of hope, trusting that it will sustain you when darkness comes. Farewell. This is the only world that your ancestors were able to leave you. Please, forgive us. Wait! You could come with us. Yes, of course, we have a ship. We can find it. We will find it. The land that will be the next Hyrule. So... but child, that land will not be Hyrule. It will be your land. He didn't account for the shape of her hat or her hood, so it's still like the outline is still very much Link. I was literally about to question what they did for that. I have scattered the seeds of the future. And that's the game. I love this game. This is still my favorite Zelda. I'm realizing a correlation in the games in this list. A lot of games in this list hit on specific themes, and I'm realizing in this exact moment, because I hadn't really thought of it until now, but Wind Waker hits a lot of the same themes as a couple other games in this list, and I wonder if anyone can guess what games those are. I do feel like the themes of like trying to move on from the past and trying to build a future for yourself is very poignant. It's a very bittersweet ending, because it's like, you've stopped Ganondorf, but then the king also sacrifices himself. Also, this is like why the Master Sword and Triforce aren't really a thing in the timeline. This branch of the timeline going forward for like Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks. Because yeah, it's just drowned under Hyrule. And Ganondorf is gone, but incarnations of this evil return. And again, I think this might be one of the first times they actually mentioned, they heavily implied that like Linkle in this case is sort of like the same spirit as the Hero of Time. So I think this is kind of where like the reincarnation theme of later games kind of comes into play. Yeah, genuinely one of my favorite Zeldas. I really appreciate this game. I'm glad this was my first Zelda, ostensibly, though I did get Phantom Hourglass on the same day, I'm pretty sure, and played them both at the same time, albeit Phantom Hourglass is one that I don't have as much nostalgia for obvious reasons. Because it kind of plays like ass, even though I still like a lot of that game's ideas. I almost threw it in, but it would be at the same time, it would be immediately after, and that's like doubling down on Zelda, and I didn't quite want to do that with pretty sizable games like this. Hey, who's that guy? I don't know who that is, we didn't see him all play through. Interesting that they actually didn't change the credits, though. Which would be a lot of work, and these are probably pre-rendered. You'd have to re-render the entire video, which I don't know how feasible that would even be, so... Again, other than a couple of voice lines not being replaced, a couple times where I think Linkle should have had a serious expression instead of default smile, and a couple other little... like, a lot of clipping with the pigtails at the end, I noticed. Other than that, I think the mod was really well done. Obviously, the Zelda mod, there wasn't much to say, it just, you know, makes it so she keeps her skin tone from Tetra. But yeah, the Linkle mod I think was really well done. I highly recommend it if you want a slightly fresh take on this game. You can also, someone also backported it to the original game too, to the GameCube version I mean, so that's neat. But yeah, genuinely this is a game that means a lot to me. The only Zelda I think story-wise that comes close is Majora, which again, oddly enough, hits on other themes that are really resonant to me, so do not be shocked if Majora shows up. Speaking of NOE, and I think Nintendo, I think there was specific versions of this game that had a figure of Ganon, like with the Wind Waker design. This was pre-Amiibo actually, but I want to say there was like a limited edition Zelda Wii U that comes with the Ganondorf figurine. I think no, it might be separate. In Europe I know for sure there was a figurine edition that has a Ganondorf figure. That's probably hella rare. But I genuinely love this credits scene, by the way, the medley of the various different themes. Again, the soundtrack is great in my opinion. It was a GameStop thing? Oh, okay. I know there was a limited edition one that has a gamepad that has like iconography around the edges. It's not that much different, it's very limited. But either way, it's still a game that I very much appreciate. I'm glad I did a 100% run too, because I haven't done this for a long time and it was actually like not as bad as I thought. A lot of people complain about this game having a lot of padding and I can't disagree with that, but personally speaking, I just enjoy the game enough. Also, see, Nintendo's always been doing this, where they're just like, original staff, and they don't actually list the original staff, they just give a blurb. So it's, people only caught on with Metroid Prime Remastered. That was 5 years after this. I don't know why it took people this long to notice, because they've been doing this for a long time. No, 6 years. It was 2013 to 2019. So yeah, that's not new. Wait, Metroid Prime was 8 years after. Oh my god. But either way, the point still stands. This is not a new thing. I don't know why people just started noticing it as soon as it happens to like an American company. Actually, I think I know why when I phrase it that way. But yeah. Anchors away! Hold the tiller steady. As for our destination, the wind will guide us. And that's the game. I'll probably say something here. The game will save and make a file for a second quest. To keep current save data, select a new quest log you want to save. So do not overwrite the original save, is what that's saying. Which is good, because I do want to do something else. I'm gonna snooze ads, because I do want to show this off. Game saved, returning to title screen. Now, moment of truth, did I screw this up? Yeah, hero mode, you can just toggle that whenever. In hero mode, you take double damage and won't be given recovery hearts at any point. This mode is only for the truest heroes. Truth be told, I've never actually done hero mode, so you could argue I have not completed this game. But I feel like that's just being slightly pedantic at a point. I'm 100% in everything that would be in the original asterisk, the stuff that's moved around. So like, if I list this game as completed on like Backloggery, I probably wouldn't count GameCube as completed by completing this version. Because I think there's just enough different that I think I would actually not consider them the same game. It's not quite the same thing as completing one, like, you know, the tree quest mainly is very different. So it's not one-to-one in terms of... It's not one-to-one in terms of, like, how much skill goes into one or the other, because this version is objectively easier in some ways. Again, certain things being made more generous. It's like, genuinely, I would count those separately. Yeah, I might have missed a photo somewhere, which will be very awkward, but we'll see. Let's see if we get this. We also have the fun task of trading in all these photos. Alrighty, Did I? Okay. Welcome, Linkle. Did you find a new subject? Well, show it to me. Okay, yeah, this is gonna be the same 8 times. So, I'm just gonna mash through here. Again, I got 2 photos of the Mighty Darknet, I'm pretty sure, just because I wasn't bursting with confidence that the photo I got, the first one was a Mighty Darknet. That hallway at the end of Ganon's Tower is just kind of like a power trip, because it's like, it's very easy if you just spam light arrows. But it's just kind of satisfying getting to like blast through everyone. Again, for example, completing it on like NSO or original hardware, this would suck. You can only do one photo at a time. That's miserable. Like genuinely, why would you do that to yourself on OG? Like in HD, you know, we just tacked it on. It was no big deal. But like, if you were to do this in the original version, you would have to like make so many trips here. It would be insufferable. So if I were to complete the GameCube version, I think I would mostly count that as getting the Piece of the Heart and treasure charts. And like all the special charts and everything. Nintendo Gallery is in such a weird camp because of just how obtuse it is. And again, some things just suck because of like not getting in the Picto box until much later. Welcome, Linko. Your figurine-based request has been fulfilled. I know I always say this, but this is some of the best work I've done in quite a while. Go in that door there to check it out. I was completely overcome with the creative urge after seeing what you gave me. I ended up making lots of figurines. Well, that artistic spirit made me a little absent-minded, so I don't exactly remember which rooms they placed them all in. Why don't you go and have a look inside? Okay, moment of truth. Did I screw something up? Because in this room we'll be able to tell if I screwed something up or not. I screwed something up. Okay. Did it? No, wait, I got the photo of Ganondorf after. I'm very concerned now. Okay, what the hell did I miss in here? Like, genuinely, which one did I miss? Like, all these are here. Right? Yeah, all these are here. Or is it I have to talk to him again? I wonder if it's something like that. Well, do you like it? If you do, then go find me another great subject to work on. Oh my god, what happened? Because I thought the way this worked is when you got all the figurines, you also got one of Linkle and the King of Red Lions right here. But I don't see it. And I'm like, where did I miss a figure? Oh no. Oh god. So yeah, we have to check every room manually. I mean, hey, this is actually a good opportunity to see all the figures, either way. Cause yeah, there should be a special one as a reward for getting them all, but like, oh no. That implies I missed one somewhere. Okay, outset is done. Again, if it's like just a thing in second quest, that's fine. Annoying, but fine. If it's like I missed one, then it's like, oh god, which one did we miss? Yeah, we have all these, I think. Just being very meticulous. And we even have Ganondorf. Puppet Ganon goes all the way to the ceiling. That's cute. I probably just didn't write one down. I have one more ad snooze yet. I don't think I want to use it because it's just going to be me figuring out where this last picture is anyway, so it's not a big deal. Not like you're missing anything that pivotal. Okay, we have all these, right? Yeah. If anyone sees I missed one, please let me know. So I'm not just here all day. And yeah, in this version also they give you the icon to show that you actually got it, which is also very helpful. Here's the list. Yeah, I have the list up as well, but I'm like trying to eyeball which one I'm actually... where I'm missing one first before actually worrying about the exact one. Did I ever get the Great Deku Tree now that I think about it? Nope, okay, I definitely got the Great Deku Tree. Or I might be completely botching this, and like you have to leave and come back, and it's like, hey, I made a special figure. That's all the rooms, so I didn't see any missing. Unless I'm very unobservant. You automatically receive the special figurine after successfully collecting every other character and enemy figurine. Oh, okay. Silly. I'm just checking here real quick. Did I ever get the seagulls now that I think about it? I think I did. I'm trying to go to the next day to see if that changes anything. Oh, he's gone. That mantra guy's gone, you know? Yeah, he left one last figurine and took off somewhere. I have no idea where. He left your figurine in the vast ocean room right over there. I have made every last figurine this world could possibly desire from me. I've set out into the world in search of new inspiration to guide my hands. That's what was written here. So I guess this means... So I guess this means you're the new master of the Nintendo Gallery, aren't you? Looks like you'll be with us for a long, long time. Well, I'll be counting on you, buddy. I'll be here every day. Whew, okay. So I just wasted a lot of time. But I went through all of them, so I showed them off real briefly. All of these have descriptions, by the way. I'm not going to take the time to read them all out. Yeah, the mod kind of broke some things with this figurine. But yeah. That's definitely not how that's supposed to look. Yeah, that is a complete Nintendo gallery. Second time in my life I've ever done this, not even kidding. Not an easy accomplishment. So definitely saving again. Title screen, and just really quickly I wanted to talk about the second quest, which is actually invalidated now for a specific reason. The second quest is interesting. Well, it actually let me... That's not how you spell Linkle. God, this would be so much easier on the gamepad proper. I do wish that figurine hadn't been broken out. Like, broken up into pieces. Because that kind of spoils the mood, but it's fine. I think they let you skip cutscenes in this version, I hope. Yeah, they let you skip cutscenes. Well, the opening cutscene, I don't know if it lets you skip everything. So as this replays, to quickly go over second quest, treasure charts are slightly relocated, or the treasures for treasure charts are slightly relocated in ways that make it harder to tell what island they are at. They're slightly farther away from the island proper. Errol is wearing the skull dress from the ending of the main game. Link, or Linkle in this case, stays in their default outfit, in this case Linkle without the hood, or in the case of Link, in his like pajama outfit. So like the crab shirt, or the shrimp shirt as someone calls it. So like for Linkle, you get like the hero's new clothes or something. It's like an emperor's new clothes thing. So it'll just be this outfit. So that's neat. I presume at least. I haven't gone that far and I don't think I'll play that long. But the other thing is every figure carries over. So that's why the save is technically behind. And also, you start with the Deluxe Picto Box, which is a bigger deal in GameCube than it is vanilla. No, in HD, that's what I meant. Because on GameCube, you don't get the Deluxe Picto Box until after Forest Haven, so this allows you to get a lot of photos from early game. So yeah, that's the major differences between the two modes. So yeah, we can just do this. Again, you get Errol's figurine by taking a photo of Link's grandmother, but you can also get it through this way if you happen to have it. But yeah, we have all the photos carry over, because this is before it saved that we made this second quest. Shoot, wrong button. But yeah, this is something you could not normally do in this game. Just got a photo. Why didn't that count? Either way. Yeah, that's all I want to show. Now we're stuck here, because we can't easily return to title. Actually, no, we can return to title, I think, if we hit this. Say cancel, and then to title screen. So yeah, a little bit over time. Not too bad, actually, all things considered. I was definitely expecting worse, to be honest. But yeah, that takes care of the Wind Waker. Again, I'm not sure what I'm doing with Fox Girls Favorites because of Pokemon Mystery Dungeon being the next game, and I don't know if I'm emotionally ready for it. So we might take a break and do some other stuff. But yeah, the series will return with another favorite of mine. Alrighty, okay, I am glad that only went 15 minutes over instead of, like, half an hour over, which is what I was expecting. So not bad. Thank you all for watching, this was fun, I'm glad I got to share this game with y'all. If you enjoyed the stream, you can follow for notifications so when I go live in the future. I have a YouTube for edited down versions of streams and hopefully other content in the future. Still working on that. I have a VOD channel for an archive. I have a Blue Sky for posting updates, including when I go live or changes to the schedule. I have a Ko-Fi as a tip jar, and I have a Throne for sending me gifts. The latter two being completely optional, but any additional support is greatly appreciated. With that being said, next stream will be Friday. I don't know what I'm doing on Friday, given I finished this today. We'll figure it out, I guess. And then Monday, again, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I have no clue what I'm playing. I guess I could do Final Fantasy 14 now, because I don't really have anything else going on. So yeah, maybe I could actually do that. But we'll see. Yeah. That was fun. Ads are starting, so oopsie. I'm out of snoozes too, so my bad. I'm glad I got through my end of stream outro, given ads are currently rolling. But yeah, I think quickly looking over everything, might just end here for now. Again, next stream will be Friday. If I don't end up changing my mind on Final Fantasy, next stream will be Friday. If so, I don't know what I'm doing. But yeah, I'm definitely tired at this point. But yeah. Oh shoot, yeah, Mina the Hollower quick look, because I keep saying I'm gonna do that. So yeah, Friday could be the Mina quick look. And then next week I might do, for Wednesday, I might do Bad End Theater, which is like, oh my god, I always just cut it real close for doing a Pride Month playthrough. Actually I could do that on Monday, since we're taking a break from Fox Girls Favorites. Either way, thank you all for watching. Next stream will be soon, hopefully. And I hope everyone has a good rest of their day and a good night. Take care, everyone.